things with the joys each new day brings. And with every step you take, be the progress that you make. The reason you live is for every gift you give. Love your life, love your dreams. You will do amazing things. Don't you think? Amazing, amazing. You will do amazing things. Can you help me? Amazing, amazing. You will do amazing things. Oh, the places you will go and the people you will know. Don't worry when or where or how. You don't need to know that now. You're on the right.
Good morning. Let's take a moment now to center ourselves. There's been so much excitement, and it's only just begun. But in the centering, we're allowing ourselves to turn away from all that excitement, that energy, that anxiety, reducing that anxiety, reducing stress, any sense of strain or rush or hurry, just letting that go. And shifting our focus, our attention, to become more mindful of our true nature, which is God. A writer once said that centering, that whole act of centering, is one of the most important things that most people don't even know that they don't know and don't do. So join me now in getting in touch with that important part of our very own selves. Finding the center, finding our spiritual nature. We don't need to look outside of ourselves. It's not in any book. It's not in another person, place, or thing. It's within. Our center, our Supreme Spirit is within, right here and right now. So practicing the presence is more the realization of who we really are, rather than doing something. Although I'm inviting each one to gently close your eyes, your outer eyes, and consciously focus and open what I'm calling your inner eye. Some call it the third eye of spiritual illumination, a spiritual awareness. So seeing with our real eyes is a realization of who we are in spirit. Gently take that idea in. And breathe. Inspiration and expiration. Letting in newness and energy and releasing the previous moment, the previous activity, the previous thought. Inhaling and exhaling from the place of illumination. Set your intention for today, your spiritual intention, your focus. Go ahead and say it silently to yourselves. I am love. I am peace. I am wisdom. Let those words be your own. Inhalation and exhalation from the wisdom of the third eye, the spirit within. And let this prayer be part of your prayer. It's from the Veda. May we be united in heart. May we be united in speech. May we be united in mind, in thought. May we perform our duties and our activities from a place of unity with the divine presence. May we be united in our prayer, in our goals, in our high resolve of taking a stand for a world that works for everyone. May we become united in our understanding, our offering, our feeling, and our hearts as we move through this service, this moment, and every moment, this day, and every day. Shifting that focus back into the activities of this service. Maintain awareness of your inner connection with God, with the divine presence. Always remembering that it is within every one of us. And from this place, in the words of the Hindi mystics, let us say Namaste. The God in me salutes and recognizes the God in you. And so it is. Amen.
Thank you, Reverend Wanda. Good morning. Beautiful faces. Our thoughts are prayers, and we are always praying. Our thoughts are prayers. Listen to what you're saying. Seek a higher consciousness.
I can have everyone just close your eyes and totally inhale the beautiful message that Reverend Wanda gave us. I'm so honored today to be able to claim that there is only one magnificent presence, and a presence that is filled with truth and love and inward guidance. And I'm humbled to say that I am one with this presence. And as I say this for myself, I say this for each and every one that is sitting in this sanctuary, every living thing that exists in our universe. And what I know is today is a very, very special day. It is God's day. And being one with God, it is Megan's day as well. This little girl that has grown up with us all these years. It is her special day for us to just show her how much love we feel and how we honor who this beautiful spirit is. So I know that today will bring forth many surprises, many enlightened ideas that we will take throughout the week as our beautiful ministers give their message. And I'm so thankful. I'm so thankful for the center, for each and every one that is here, for those that push me to a higher level because they know I can attain it. That's what the center is about, and I am so grateful. Grateful for each and every volunteer that so willingly gives of themselves each Sunday, for our musical team that just does such an outstanding job. So I say thank you, God, as I just simply allow my words to mix into the law, knowing it is all perfect and it is all done. And together, let us all say, and so it is. Namaste.
So how you feeling? Feel like singing? Feel like moving your tushy, maybe? I hesitated. I felt I could. I felt I was in the right audience where I could say tushy. Well, now I know I can sing. You shouldn't laugh. That's a problem. No, it's not. Here we go. I am blessed, yes I am, every day of my life. I am blessed, 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 blessed. When I wake up in the morning, I lay my head to rest. I am blessed, yes I am blessed. I am loved, I am loved. Come on now, I am loved, yes I am. Every day of my life, I am love, 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 love. I love you. When I wake up in the morning, or lay my head to rest, I am love. Don't you feel it? I am love. I'm here. Come on now. I am here. I take it. I am here. You're so cool. Every day of my life, I am here. Come on. When I wake up
and Jerome here. And we are so excited to have you here at the Las Vegas Center for Spiritual Living. And it is a very, very special day. It is actually being touted as Megan. I'm so nervous about doing this right. Anyway, today is Megan Ballardini Day. And Reverend Stacy Hilton, one of my co-senior ministers, will explain to you what that is all about in a little while. I just want to make sure that you know that our other co-senior minister, Reverend Cheryl Bell, is in Texas celebrating with family. She's here right now, I will tell you. I was sent several text messages this morning about how to behave, what to say, what not to say, and to remind us of several things. But she was in the congregation, and Tracy Morgan, is that it?
Brown.
Tracy Brown, who's kind of a bigwig in CSL, recognized her. So they announced that she was there, and they all recognized her. So that was really lovely. Okay, so let's start out with doing my most favoriteest thing. So if it's comfortable for you to do so, please stand, put your hand over your heart, and say with me, God bless America and the rest of the world. And so if you'll turn to your neighbor, which is part of the world around you, and recognize them and say here.
Song Reverend Stacy suggested, and I was trying to think of a good Aretha tune to do for today, and I was having a little bit of trouble. So Reverend Stacy comes through again. Thank you, Rev. Hope you like it. so, so much. Thank you.
Thank you, Patty.
Oh, my pleasure.
What a dream to work with this woman. It's just amazing. She's just fabulous. Talking about you. Yeah, that's a whole other story. I got text today too. Yeah, we need both of these, I think. So I'll just leave that right there. Whew, all right, we're gonna get through this. Yes, it's a good, great day. How are you all? You're beautiful. I'll tell you that.
Me too.
Well, good morning. I am Reverend Stacy, one of the co-senior ministers, along with Reverend Dan and Reverend Cheryl. And today, the theme of the month is the form of spiritual mind treatment, or affirmative prayer. The talk title is Affirmations and Denials / Megan Ballardini Day. Yeah, we'll get to that in a minute. You know, spiritual mind treatment is really the foundation from which we teach. It's kind of what makes it special in New Thought. We pray from a place of affirmative prayer. We don't beg and beseech. We know who and what we are. We know who and what we are. All right, we'll keep it going. So we pray so that we move out of the human condition and move to that idea of who we really are. Each of us are the expression of the one mind. And we have those same attributes that Spirit does. Peace, love, joy, wisdom. Reverend Wanda, your centering was beautiful, right on point. Yeah, and Tina, your prayer, beautiful. But we are those attributes and so much more. Love, light, joy. And sometimes in our humanness we forget that, don't we? Sometimes. You know, there's 5 steps of treatment where we discuss. Our Ministry of Prayer team did a wonderful job discussing those 5 steps of treatment. The 5 steps being recognition, where we recognize the one power and the one presence and its attributes. The second step, unification, where we unify ourselves with that. I am one with that presence. Whether you call it God, infinite intelligence, spirit, divine energy, whatever you call it. And then we realize that which we want to manifest. Sometimes it's just an affirmation. I now realize that I am perfection. I now realize that I am love. I now realize that I am harmony, and I am one with each one of my fellow brothers and sisters on this plane and beyond. Easy when you actually do realize that. But sometimes you have to deny a condition, and that's where the argumentative sort of prayer comes in. So that's where, as opposed to the affirmation, we do a denial. So the denial steps comes before the affirmation. I deny any sense of lack, and I know now that I am abundant. Yes? Yes. We're going to talk about that a little more in a minute. Couple quotes before I get into this that I want you to think about as far as explanations of affirmative prayer and denials. This is from Ernest Holmes, our founder of the Science of Mind, and Living the Science of Mind. The practitioner, and when I say practitioner in this case, I'm not talking about the licensed practitioners, I'm talking about each one of us. Licensed or not, we're each practitioners. The practitioner knows that the only activity of mind is thought. The practitioner knows that the activity of his or her thought destroys the activity of the negative thought, and that what is left is perfect. Hence, the sooner the one praying recognizes that what is left is perfect, the sooner the denial becomes an affirmation. Affirmation always follows denial in order that realization may be built up. The realization is a realization of the presence and the perfection of God. And that's on page 306 of the Science of Mind. Oh, I'm sorry, Living the Science of Mind. Next quote is by Emma Curtis Hopkins, the other founder of Science of Mind. I will tell you that between you and your good, which belongs to you, and which you ought to have, is your idea of the absence of good. Isn't that where we fall short? We already have, it's already promised to us, but keeping your eye on that sometimes is the hard part. And that's where you're going to affirm or you're going to deny that condition.
All argumentative statements merely conduct the mind of the practitioner to a place where he believes or she believes what he or she is saying. That's also Ernest Holmes' The Science of Mind. The proper kind of denial is based upon the recognition that in reality there is no limitation, for mind can as easily make a planet as an acorn. And the last one, that's in the Science of Mind textbook. The last one, and one of my favorites. As Imra reminds us, between you and your good, which belongs to you, and which you ought to have, is your idea of the absence of good. So spiritual mind treatment, affirmative prayer is always about that full circle, about getting yourself back to who and what you really are. Allowing the ego to fall away, and you just being who you really are, the greatness that you are, and allowing that light to shine. This past weekend, I think did Reverend Cheryl share that I went to Antelope Valley and had an issue with my car. Yeah, it was quite something, right? Here I am driving, I'm thinking I'm right on time, everything's perfect, listening to a book that we're studying, and get to the gas station as I get off after Victorville, on my way to Antelope Valley, whatever that is, Highway 18, and go to the gas station, get in the car, and the car won't start. And I'm still an hour away from Antelope Valley, and I have no idea what to do, right? No. Well, it gives you a little time to think. And first, I kind of beat myself up. You know, what did I do? How am I creating this? Where am I not connected to source? Right? Dead battery, the only thing I could come up with at the time. Where do I need to recharge? And I'm like, well, this isn't helping. The first thing I did actually was call Cheryl to call the ministerial prayer team, actually. The second thing I did was kind of beat myself up, and then I went back to the first thing and called back again. To be in full honesty. And, you know, it worked out. The roadside assistance came, and the car started, and then in that, with the car starting, not to go into the whole story, which some of you have heard in classes, but there's a tire, the tire light was on, so I actually had 2 low tires as well. So I thought of practitioner Lauren, and I said, well, how can I reframe this? And I thought, well, you know, a dead battery is much better than a blowout on the freeway. And so in that dead battery stage, then I was able to realize that there was something else going on. And so that was my reframe. True or not, didn't matter. You know, we all make it up anyway, right? And so that made me feel a little better. I got to service. Service was at 11. I got to service at 10:57. 10:57. They rearrange the whole order of things, and they do things a little different. It's kind of strange because the minister actually sits up on the thing like the old school days. And so they rearranged that, and I had to change my clothes and get my notes printed, but I got out there on the stage about 10 minutes after 11 and had a great story for prayer, right? I don't know why I continue to do these things to myself. However, I'm going to take a look at that. But the real reason why I went down there, despite not just to go speak at Antelope Valley, is because I get a chance to go see my family. It's my opportunity to spend time with them and friends and things like that. And it was a little nostalgic as I was thinking of Megan and her family, and yeah, I kind of was thinking about my talk and what I might say and what I won't say, and I kind of drove through old neighborhoods and drove past my the house not the one I grew up in necessarily, but when I lived from when I was 2 to about age 6. I had a chance to go through there and realize how things have changed and how things have stayed the same. And as I talked to my dad, and that was a great time. My stepmom wasn't there. Not that that's not like that. But we had a chance to spend some time alone and talk, right? Because often I don't get to do that very often anymore. And I went by my dad. He still owns a house that I really grew up in, and he was over there fixing some stuff. And I thought about, as I was thinking about Megan, I thought about, you know, way back when, as I was a little girl, what I wanted to do. you know? And it never had occurred to me before. And I thought, I used to sit in my closet, I had a huge closet, and I really didn't want to be bothered with my parents oftentimes. And I had books in there. I wasn't really that dress-up doll kind of girl, but I liked to read my books and just stay in there and hang out. And I always wanted to change the world. And then as a shy kid that, you know, had a lot of friends, but really was pretty introverted, I'm like, well, how am I going to do that? I don't even want to speak in front of anybody. Funny. Funny. Then I thought about my vision, or CSL's vision, a world that works for everyone. Thank you, Joan and Anthony. And how that vision has always been with me. And how when I was ready, this appeared. Right? I drove to Farmer's Market on Monday morning, which is my favorite place. I know it's weird. Not the Grove, which is part of Farmer's Market. It's kind of the old and the new. But the actual Farmer's Market. With all the great, I won't say restaurants, but great little places to eat. And it's inclusive of every type of food, every culture. And that just fills my heart. And so I go there every time because it reminds me of what a world that works for everyone looks like. And so I had fun thinking about that. And I thought, oh, and some days this vision is pretty hard. I don't know if you think that, but it's not always easy when I turn on the TV and I see things that I really wish I didn't see. And then I went back to Megan. And I thought, you know, and there's Kleenex, thank God. Whew. And I thought, this person has been here since she was 6 years old. She's followed the teaching to the letter to get exactly what she wants. She calls the minister of prayer team. Unbeknownst to me, her mom didn't even know that she would call this when she wanted prayer for something. Most of us won't call even in dire straits. Just saying. She volunteers. She's been to camp 8 times. She practices the teaching to the letter. What a joy. If it's just one person that I see walk through here, and there's not just one. That's the one that she's really making a difference with what we're doing. She's really doing that which I really, in my heart, want to see happen. A world that works for everyone. And this has no comparison to anybody else. All the young people here are great. And anybody that's leaving, I will absolutely do a blessing or have a ritual or something. Because, you know, I know that times have changed. Things are a little different. They may be harder in some aspects and they may be easier in some aspects. And we tease teenagers a lot about, you're a teenager, in teen years. But the ones that are doing well, they're doing really well. And the ones that are here are doing well. So I want to thank their parents and their families for that. So, Russell, I have a video.
Happy Ballardini Day, Reverend Cheryl here from Dallas, Texas. I'm sorry I'm missing your special day, but I just wanted to send you a message that I love you and I'm here for you always, and to remind you to have fun and to just be you because you do such a fabulous job at it. Thank you for being you. We love you. Bye.
Breathe. Yeah, you do such a fabulous job that nobody else can do it. So I would like to invite you to come up right now, if you would. And it's okay, I have tears. I mean, I have tears. I do have tears, but you don't have to have. I have Kleenex as well. Have a seat. Oh, wow. And so, Megan, I have this. Your mom stole it from your room, apparently. We thought Lauren was perfect, but apparently she's a thief. So, this is your goal, right? So if I asked you to reach for that goal, what would you do? Okay. If I asked you to put it back. Not too soon. takes 4 years sometimes. If I moved it, what would you do?
Stand up and get it.
If I moved it over here, readjust, over here. But the thing is, that's always the goal. And so as long as you keep focused on whatever it is, and it may change. It doesn't have to, but it might. But you always keep focused on your goal. But that's the important thing. So I'll let you have it. A few words about Megan. I want you to see her. Some of this might be a repeat. We have a young lady that has a vision and is off to pursue her dreams. She's been coming to the center since she was 6 years old. Reverend Cynthia, our founder, was her minister. And then Lauren shared a story with me about when her family first came to the center, and Megan was in the bookstore and overheard a lady that was upset. And Megan asked Reverend Cynthia why this lady was upset. And Reverend Cynthia said, I can't tell you that, it's confidential. And she said, Megan, if you ever have anything you need to talk to me about, that's confidential. You can always talk to me. It was funny when I saw Reverend Cheryl's video that pretty much the same thing. So that goes with any of us. That never is going to change. And I must say that Reverend Cynthia is so proud of you. Today also happens to, this week also happens to be the 2nd anniversary of Reverend Cynthia's passing. So that had to come to mind as well. And she is so, so proud of you. She would just be beaming right now, or she is beaming wherever she is. All right, keep going. Megan's a beautiful and talented and intelligent and kind person. She's been a babysitter here. She's worked in the sound booth. She does the fundraisers for the teen camps. She's so thoughtful. I understand you're thinking about going to Foundations. As a word of advice, not that I model this, but you may not want to put too much on your plate. Might want to think about that, but I know you can do it whatever you want to do. Like I said, she's gone to school 8 times. And she did a power talk where she talked about her use of mental equivalence. It was a fabulous power talk where she manifested a full ride to the school of her choice. And Megan, you are the living demonstration of how this teaching works. And you'll go out into the world and make everybody else know it too. And there's just only great things in store for you, and I'm so happy to see you do this. It's just my honor to watch you grow. So, at this time, I would like to invite the Ministry of Prayer team up. Because they have some things that they want to share with you. Some affirmations and denials, if you will. Right? Thank you for being my prop today. I have real props, Reverend Dan. Wow. I use the real deal. So I had asked Megan, if there was anything that she wanted to affirm or deny about this next step and next adventure in her life. And she sent me some stuff. Is it okay to share? Okay. I would assume you wouldn't put the stuff you didn't want to share. But I had to ask. So Megan says she would like clarity in major and career, in her major and career, financial freedom for travel, expenses, outside of tuition, room and board, to establish new and great relationships that offer personal growth, wonderful instructors. She wants to embrace knowledge, safety, and no harm or physical injuries. All right. So, what you doing? It's on. You want it? Reverend Dan put it somewhere. Sorry. Oh, there it is. So I'm just going to have each one of the Ministry of Prayer team give Megan an affirmation if they would like to.
Megan, the ground I am on is holy ground. The ground I am on is successful ground.
Megan, I have watched you unfold as a bright bud into a magnificent bloom of love and light. I love you, my girl.
Megan, this is you speaking. I live from the truth of who I am, knowing that grace, beauty, love, and joy are mine to share in my world.
You're speaking. Today is the best day of my life. Today I am born afresh of spirit. No past beliefs hold me bondage. Today I know that God's plan for me unfolds with certainty and precision. My success is sure.
This is you speaking as well. I know the answers to the questions I have about life and of books. They meet me with clarity, great precision, and divine wisdom as intuition instantaneously.
And Megan, while you are sitting and studying with your friends, know that every piece of popcorn you're eating is a blessing.
You speaking as well, Megan. Always remember, I believe in myself and trust in my abilities to succeed in all I do. We love you.
I have so many here, but this is something my mother told me when I was a few years older than you. Never give up what you want the most for what you want right now.
So Megan, this is you speaking. I let divine intelligence bring people into my life who love, honor, and respect me. I love you.
Dear Megan, there's one life, one power, one perfect light, peace, love, and blessings.
And so Megan, this is you on those days when you need this. Today I celebrate the unintentional teachers, the ones who drive me up the wall and over the edge. Bless them all.
Yes.
So, dear Megan, this is the beautiful you speaking. I think outside the box. I do not let fear guide me. Faith directs me. Love supports me.
My favorite little one-liner for you. Keep fresh before me the moments of my high resolve. I know who I am and what I am.
Yes. Yes. Megan, please know, as I do, that that same law that brought you this far knows your next step. The sky has no limits. The law of mind has no limits, and neither do you.
Yes.
So Megan, I'm glad to hear that this morning or in your prayer that your affirmation is for clarity. Because this morning when I prayed for you, what came up for me was Lauren Ballardini. I'm sorry. Sorry. Yeah, speaking of clarity. Megan Ballardini, pediatrician. I'm just saying. Just saying. So Stacy and Cheryl said one word, or one sentence only. So there are a lot of dashes and semicolons.
Thomas Ford. Reverend Dan Jerome Ford.
So this is you speaking, and you sure talk a lot. I attend class with enthusiasm. I study with energy and passion. I socialize with confidence and grace. At any moment when doubt creeps in, I remember my goal. I keep fresh before me the moments of my high resolve. And I remember that my mind is the mind of God, that within me is all the knowledge of the universe and all the wisdom of the cosmos. I am blessed to be at this university, this wondrous environment of living, loving, and learning. I give it the very best of who I am, and it gives back to me the very best of what it is. And so it is.
And so it is. So it is. And so now we thought that we'd, well, we have some gifts for you, but we'll let you take those with you. You can open them in a little while. But we thought we would do a little chamber prayer, and if our membership and our people visiting would just close their eyes with us as we all pray, do a chamber prayer for Megan and her success. Let's start. One power, one presence, one essence. Essence is love. Essence is perfection. Essence is order. Essence is peace. Essence is joy. Essence is love. And know that I am one with that essence, as I know I am one with each and every person on board. I practice this. I'm so thankful to be on this journey. So grateful for this teaching that has given me this knowing that I'm a powerful person that I am. Knowing that there is nothing hard, there is nothing evil, there's just that which is my next step. I'm so grateful and thankful for each and every person, for my family, for this wonderful school that has offered me my journey. Thank you for all of this that I have. I'm truly blessed. I'm grateful. I release this perfect word to this perfect law, knowing that it never comes back any other way. And as I said, thank you, God. So it is. So each of us just breathe in that energy of pure love, of pure intention, of pure heartfelt authenticity. And I know for me that this is just the beginning of the journey. That no matter what it looks like, it's all good because it's always God. You don't have to be perfect. It's okay. Have fun and enjoy. You're loved and supported always. Thank you for giving me inspiration and recharging my battery. I bless you. And so it is. The Minister of Prayer and a couple members had something for you. And we had to put it in a cute little bag because I thought Tina might hit me if I didn't put it in a cute little bag. Or my mom. There you go. And you're on. Love you. Today is Megan Ballardini Day, but it's also each of our days, right? Every day is a fresh place to start. There's always a new vision. There's always something else on the horizon for each of us. Maybe we don't have the clarity to know what that is, but we're not. It's not over till it's over, folks. So keep striving, keep loving, keep being who you are. I love you all, and so it is.
Well, you know how emotionless I am when I sing. Megan. Megan. Oh, Megan. I'd like to say I wrote a song, and that'd be good. Oh, Megan, Megan. You can write it right here. I can write it right here. Oh, I love you, Megan. Song by Janice Daniel. You will do
people you will know. Don't worry when or where or how. You don't need to know that now. You're on the right track. No need to look ahead or back. Just enjoy this day brings, 'cause you will do amazing things. Yes, you will. Amazing, amazing. You'll do amazing things. Yes, she's amazing. You're amazing. Yes, you will do amazing things. You don't have to work it out. Just stay in the here and now. Let your mind rest for a little while. Sometimes deepest answers come when you're out there having fun. So close your eyes, take a breath, and smile. Amazing, amazing. You will do amazing things. Sing for me. Amazing, you're amazing. You will do amazing things. I love you so much.
Okay. Today we have the sisters. Yes. And today we talked about how God made everything we love and how God loves us all the time. Sometimes we make mistakes. It's okay. And so I learned today that somebody this age can actually handle scissors. She was good. Mom, you do a great job. Okay, do you want to show your picture?
She handle a lot of things.
So what's your picture of?
From this picture is made of God.
She was the tree and she put things on it that God made that she loves.
Thank you guys very much. Do you want to say something? You're so pretty. So beautiful. Thank you, Reverend Patricia.
Thank you, Reverend Patricia. Thank you, ladies. You're so beautiful. Oh, gosh. So now we'd like any ministers to come up. Visiting ministers, do we have any of those? Visiting practitioners? No? Okay. And then ask the ministerial prayer team to come up, as well as Megan. Come on up. You just put them in a basket and give it to Megan?
Affirmation, probably.
So if you would like to take one of those, I forgot about that part. Take one of those cards and fill out an affirmation for Megan so that she can take it with her and have it close. That was part of my talk. Okay. Well, I guess we didn't need that part. So if you all would stand and connect. And just close your eyes with me. And take a breath. One more time. And so in that breath, we feel the love and the energy that is the essence of this space. That is the essence of this place. The essence of each of us. And right here and right now, I affirm that that breath is with us all through the week. It's with us as we travel on to our next big adventure. It's always with us. And when I don't remember that, I deny the appearance that it's any way other than as I know it to be. So I just say thank you, sweet spirit, for this day, for our beloved Megan, for the inspiration that she provides and all the good work that she'll do in the world. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And together we say,
and so it is.
Let's sing.
Yes, there is peace on earth, and now it begins with me. Yes, there is peace on earth, a peace that was meant to be. With God as our power, love was all I need. Now we walk with each other in perfect harmony. Yes, peace begins with me. Let this be the moment now. With every breath I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Yes, there is peace on earth, and now it begins with me.
Repeat after me. Something wonderful is happening to me right now.
Something wonderful is happening to me right now.
I know this in my mind.
I know this in my mind.
I feel it in my body.
I feel it in my body.
And so it is.
And so